Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? I'm happy to be here. I'm very happy to be here, guys. Welcome back to the B Right Show. I'm sorry I haven't been posting. I needed a break just like everybody else, man. And I'm very happy. Guys, check it out. Guess who's here? Noah's back, guys. Say what's up to my boy Noah. Everybody knows who Noah is, man. Noah's wet and happy and excited to be back here. So, y'all know what's coming. Anyways, also, man, check it out. Hobby's here, man.
Yo.
Say what's up, man. What's going on, Hobby?
Oh, just chilling, man.
Thanks for coming, man. Just kind of a last second. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm going to bring up one of the comedians on here.
I appreciate you hollering at me.
Yeah, and I appreciate you coming on, dude. I'm very happy for you to be here. Noah, we're excited, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
I just want you to understand you're very popular on this channel, so just kind of understand that right now.
Well, I'm glad, man. I remember when you first brought it up and stuff, and I was super excited for you, and I really wanted to, come on and do it.
Yeah, dude. Sure. I remember a couple of times I had you, dude. Noah knows so much, and I'm like, yeah, that's my boy Noah. Yeah, and then those edits that we do, yeah, sure, you get ready for those.
Yeah,
I won't go into detail, but y'all get ready for something like that. Anyways, Noah, how you been, dude? How you been? Tell me everything. How you been?
Good, good, man. Just working, trying to get some rest, trying to get finish all my honeydews,
Yeah.
Just going day to day.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm happy. I'm excited you're here, man. And Javi, how you been, man?
Man, I can't complain. Just doing open mics. Got a show booked this Friday the 13th in Lubbock, so I can't complain, man.
Oh yeah, dude. Heck yeah, dude. Shoot, y'all should check that out this coming Friday. Yeah, dude. Can't wait. I actually wanted to talk to you about that, dude. I've always wanted to meet Laugh Hub City, and I really hope I get a hold of them sometime. Sorry. Yeah, I've always wanted to meet him. So hopefully we'll see what's up in the future. I did talk to one of them. He said that he's gonna try to get a hold of me, and hopefully we can work something out.
Yeah, I think the person to contact down there is Selena.
Selena.
Yeah, Selena Martinez, I think's her last name.
Okay.
I don't want to just make an assumption and then just be giving a random Mexican last name to a random Mexican girl. That kind of be messed up, but I think it's Selena Martinez.
Selena. Yeah, dude, she's actually pretty good, man. She's funny.
Yeah, definitely.
What do they have out there? How many comedians they got out there?
Oh, man, they got two different comedian groups. Like how we have Yellow City, they have Laugh Lubbock, I think, and then Hub City or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's two groups of them.
Oh, yeah, dude. Noah, have you been to one of those? Have you been to any of those at all? Any of those comedy clubs? Have you been to a comedy show at all?
No, not like that. Like, I've been to Gabriel Iglesias and, Jeff Dunham and stuff like that, but not like something local,
We're not half as professional as those guys.
Oh, that's all right, man. I bet it would be even better.
Yeah,
it's fun, man. It gets wild sometimes, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I see. I bet it would be.
I'm going to take you one day because, god damn, those guys are so funny, dude. You will lose your mind.
I'd be down.
Yeah, and then, obviously tickets are they're a pretty good price. The only thing is, if you do go, you want to get there 30 minutes early. 30 minutes or an hour. If you have a group, you want to come all at once, and because it's worth it, dude. It really is. But the only thing is, I say get there early is because sometimes people get there on time, and then they want a beer, and then there's a big old line, and bartenders have a hard time,
Yeah,
and then
the first comedian's up, and everybody's talking and getting their order, and no one's paying attention to them.
Yeah,
man.
So yeah, dude. If you go, just go and get there early. Take your wife, dude.
I'll make sure I go with you. Just go with the pro, Just show me how it's done.
Yeah, dude. It's definitely worth it, dude. I promise. It's so fun. I enjoy doing it. So, dude, I'm just telling you, check it out. However, you should check it out someday. He's always on all of them. I remember one time. I remember when I first met Javi. I was all curious. I was like, is this is a comedian? You know what I mean? I didn't want to be mean. I was like, because he was new at the time, and he did a lot of the open mics. So the open mics, they have a lot of fun out there. And then I'm just like, I don't know, man. He seems okay. He seems he's all right. And now he went to an actual show. When I went to an actual show, blew out the crowd, dude. I was like, God, dude, this dude is so funny. And then ever since then, I had so much respect for him ever since.
Yeah, at open mics, man, I'm just working out my material. Usually it's new stuff, or I'm trying to come at it in a new way, and so a lot of it's experimental. So I'm not guaranteed to always be funny at an open mic. But if you're coming to a paid show, I'm bringing the heat, man. I'm bringing everything.
All right.
Yeah. That's my job, so... Especially if they're paying, man. I don't want no one to pay and then be like, that guy sucked.
Yeah, they get. You have a funny story, Noah? I know you're a comedian. You have some comedy stories. Tell me.
Funny story?
Yeah, you got a funny story on you. Tell me what you got.
I don't know, man. After that warning you gave, I got to be careful.
Oh no, go ahead. We're gonna pass 5 minutes and 2, 1. All right, go all out, buddy. Tell me a funny story.
a funny story.
Yeah, you can tell about the job we used to work or anything. I know you know something. You have a funny life, so I believe you.
I'm just trying to protect myself. Why don't you go first, Javier? I'll try to think of something that I don't incriminate myself with.
Let's see. So, we were talking earlier before the podcast started about ghosts and aliens and stuff, man. I remember one time me and this dude, we had been up drinking. I mean, it was pretty late. It was probably about 4 o'clock in the morning. The sun hadn't quite risen yet. And we're just chilling, man. And we're sitting in a minivan. And I remember a ball of light just shoots overhead. It just shot overhead. And we were like, what was that? And we started freaking out. And then, we're like, we got to go wake everybody up and tell them. And then we tried to wake everybody up, but nobody believed us because we were drunk.
Damn it, man.
Yeah, they were just like, man, y'all are wasted. Just go to sleep already. And we're like, no, dude, we saw something flying in the sky, man. Still to this day, no one believes us.
Wow.
We were drunk.
Yeah, man, they were convinced that we were just wasted. And I'm like, dude, we're not even that drunk. We ran out of beer 2 hours ago. We're just in the car talking,
Yeah.
And nah, man, y'all are wasted. And then there was another time we were going to the lake. It was for my birthday. It was my 19th birthday. And I was with my buddy Wes, and he was on probation, so he couldn't smoke weed. And, of course, I was smoking weed. And we're driving out to Lake McKinney, and he pulls over because I need to pee. And in the middle of the field, there was a craft, and shooting down, lights were just scanning around. And I remember me and him just stood there staring at it for a minute, and then he takes off running back to the car. So I sprint with him, when we get in the car, we drive for about 15, 20 minutes, don't say anything. And then he's like, no one's going to believe us when we get there. And I'm like, dude, they have to believe you. I was like, they're going to look at me and be like, well, he was probably already ate some mushrooms and smoked some weed, but Wes was sober. I was like, they have to believe you. Mm-hmm. And it was weird because we completely forgot. We showed up to the lake, started drinking and everything, and he didn't remember about that incident until a couple months ago.
Wow.
I was over at his house, and I was like, dude, you remember that thing we saw in the field? And then he was like, oh, man, now he even got a UFO tattoo because it all rushed back to him because he had completely blocked it out. And he has a UFO tattoo picking up a cow or whatnot.
Damn. So I wonder if that's some kind of PTSD, sort of,
For me, man, I just remember when I saw it, at first we're like, oh, that's cool, that's crazy. And then I got a sense of dread in my stomach. Mm-hmm. I just felt like I was seeing something I wasn't supposed to be seeing.
Yeah.
And I was frozen. He took off running, and then I heard his footsteps, so I booked it with him. Wow. Yeah.
Are you very religious?
Not really, man. Not really.
So I think kind of like that, maybe not just because, religion, but that maybe that sense of dread is if you see aliens, maybe that means there is no God, or, that's kind of where very religious people kind of get their controversy with aliens and things, because God created man and earth, so how could there be anything else,
Yeah. As a non-religious person, my only argument against them would be if God is powerful enough to create man and earth, why wouldn't he create other things?
Yeah.
It'd be a waste of space, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No pun intended. Yeah. But come on now, if you're gonna go that route, it's way easier to justify aliens than the atheist route, to where you're like, oh, God don't exist, we're just a happy accident that happened on this one planet. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Then I could see why aliens are a little harder to believe. But I think if you believe in a higher power, it's easier to believe in aliens and stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
Guys, I forgot to say, don't forget to subscribe, and follow, guys. Spotify's out. I only have one episode right now, but this episode will be on there too. Forgot to tell you guys. Again, Javi is from the Yellow City Comedians. Guys, follow Yellow City on all platforms. Yellow City Comedy, everything. This is Noah. Follow Noah on link the description down below. He's funny too.
Definitely nothing. Don't follow me. Don't try to follow me.
And then he's super. Y'all know Noah. Y'all already know how Noah is, dude. Y'all know everything about Noah. Sorry, I sound so weird. Why do I sound different?
So, what's your opinion on what do they call it, the UAP phenomenon that's going on now, man?
So, what I always kind of, in my opinion, is that maybe not necessarily the government, but even the aliens themselves kind of give us a little bit at a time and a little bit at a time, and kind of like not even maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, the government flat out said that there was aliens.
Yeah.
There was like there's aliens, but nobody cared.
Yeah.
Because they just flat out said it, and that was it. And then everybody just moved right on. So I think not necessarily how the news will portray things, but people really just don't care like they thought they did.
Yeah.
So like it's just always happening. It's always been happening. And now that there's not necessarily that much mystery behind it, but it's just not that fun anymore. The government came out and said it. Canadian government came out and said it on the news and in court. And that was it.
Yeah, everything just got brushed aside pretty much. I mean, there's just the news cycle's so quick nowadays. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's so tough to keep up, like just with anything. Like that's why I just stick with comedy. I can keep up with comedy, man. I can keep up with trying to make people laugh, but anything else, man.
Yeah.
But so let's say when I guess if something would be interesting to look at is if whenever the government said that or when all that other stuff happened with the Mexican scientists about those bodies they had, those mummified aliens, what happens right after that happens? Was it like another school shooting? Was there some kind of other disaster, oil rigs, exploding or anything like that, leaking into the ocean? What else happened right after that that takes people's mind off of it? That would be something interesting to look at.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something to look at. What they did to get your eyes and attention off of it, man. Yeah. No, that's definitely. But I don't know, man. I think for a lot of Mexican people, including myself, it's a lot easier for us to stomach. Because, like, I remember growing up back in the day, man, and anytime the Mexican news was on, they were always, like, showing a picture of a UFO or, fucking the Virgin Mary showing up in a wall painting randomly. Like, they always had all those random things, dude. And it was, like, every night. Yeah. And it was, like, always happening all across Mexico.
Testing.
I don't know, man. I think it's just easier for us to stomach than a lot of other people. Like, there's the Miss Pat. She's a famous comedian. She talks about how aliens don't mess with black folks because black folks mind their own business. And I've thought about it. I've sat there and thought about it. Like, dang, man, you hardly ever hear of a black person saying, yo, I've been abducted by aliens or I saw a UFO.
Wow, so shit, man. I don't know. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't know.
For real.
Yeah, she has a joke that aliens don't mess with black folks because black folks mind their business. And it's a great joke, man.
I mean, it makes sense, so I'm not going to...
Yeah, bro.
I'm going to go with it then.
Yeah, Miss Pat, she's a hilarious comedian. One of my role models.
Oh, yeah, man.
Right on.
So, y'all guys believe in aliens then? Now, y'all really believe... Because, like, me, this is what I kind of believe. This my friend brought this up. He said that, like, it's a high possibility that the reason why aliens are aliens is because it's possible that us humans got random other humans and did some experiment, and then now they're aliens, and that does it. And then obviously we as humans somewhere made these UFOs, and then just had fun with it or something. But the reason why a buddy of mine, and this kind of makes sense, is humans are the only species that have 2 legs and 2 arms and a head. So to me it kind of in some way it does make sense. But at the same time, and there's other questions that I don't understand, you know what I mean? But that's just how I look at it too. But I mean, or unless they're literally from a different galaxy, futuristic, maybe they have high technology that we don't. I mean, I
like the theory that they're us from the future.
Oh, okay.
I like that theory.
That does sound cool. Yeah.
I also my own theory is that they lived on this planet before us. Mm-hmm. And when they saw that we were starting to take hold and go through the basic steps of evolution using tools and stuff, they were advanced enough to say, well, we can move underwater and have cities underwater and just let the monkeys have the surface. And I only say that because, like, there was a lot of different species of kind of humans. There was not just Homo sapien, there's Homo erectus and the caveman and all them, and they all went extinct, and we were the last one standing. And they were all stronger than us, bigger than us, smarter than us. So it's almost like maybe someone gave us a little push and then said, all right, man, we're gonna go chill over here and do our thing. Because, like, it doesn't ever feel like when people see UFOs like they're hiding from us.
Mm-hmm.
It almost always seems like they're just observing, kind of like we would do pandas or monkeys in the zoo or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of feel like maybe we're just like a zoo that they're watching. They're watching. I mean, if you were, how many times as any species, how many times do you get a chance to see another species evolve into the steps? You know what I mean? So that might be what it is. I don't know, but I like to think that one.
No. You just said yours, didn't you? About aliens. You just said about aliens just now, right? Aliens. No. Your theory about like, what do you think aliens exist? Like, what's the question I'm trying to ask?
Do I think aliens exist?
Yeah. Do you think? Aliens
Oh yeah,
exist?
of course, man. Of course.
But what's your theory on that? Like, do you think they're actually like scientifically made here, or do you think they're like how he said from the future?
Oh no, yeah, they're definitely. Well, I mean, they might not be from the future. They could be, you know, but there definitely are aliens. There's living beings that are not from Earth. You know, that's true.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true.
But do both of y'all believe that, like, do you think it's possible that they made the pyramids? Do you think that actually had to do with why the pyramids are there? I mean, I don't know how to explain that.
You know, I really don't think that aliens built the pyramids.
Mm-hmm.
They might have influenced it somehow, but people nowadays say, you know, we couldn't build the pyramids with the technology we have, but we definitely can. And we just think of people that lived so long ago are just so stupid. You know, they're idiots. They couldn't build anything. They built all these kind of great monuments and structures, you know, that are still standing today. They built it themselves. They found a way. You know, it's really not. There's all kinds of people that use what do they call that? Kind of like water levees and stuff to float big stones like that. And there's one guy on TikTok that's always making videos of how to use leverage and just wood to move all these huge stones and stuff. I mean, people back then just really weren't as stupid as we think they were, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there was a guy I can't remember where at. I think it's here in the States that like in the early 1900s built a whole park with all these massive stones and stuff. And he said he figured out the secrets of the Egyptians.
Wow.
But what it really was is he figured out how to pulleys and levers, man. That's all it is, pulleys and levers. The real question isn't how they built the pyramid. I mean, that's always going to blow everyone's mind. It's the temples in like Cambodia and the temples in like Thailand and stuff that are way older than all that stuff, eaten by the jungle, and it's so intricate. And you know, like when the Europeans got to India, there was a temple that had a giant floating statue.
Oh wow.
And it was just floating, and they documented it, and it was and they told them, well, we have a rock up top and a rock down below, and it's magnetic. How did they know that? And a lot of those temples are centuries older, and that's just, I think, I mean, it's the same thing with, you know, the pyramids down in Mexico and Central America.
Oh,
you know, I think everybody focuses on the Egyptian stuff because that's the stuff we have written down. But like the Aztecs, they do not admit to building the pyramids.
Oh wow.
They said they found them.
Oh, what's that?
The whole story of Aslan and all that is the Aztecs were wandering. They were praying to their god, like they saved their god from being destroyed or something. And then he disappeared, and they were praying to him, and he told them they're gonna find a eagle on a cactus in the middle of a swamp. And that's why Mexico has the flag or the eagle on it like that.
Yeah.
And they found it, and they said it was already all built for them. All the pyramids were already built. The town, the city, which at the time was probably the biggest city in the world, was already built for them. And they just populated it and took it over.
Wow.
And it's hard to believe the Aztecs were a proud people. It's hard to believe that they wouldn't take credit for building that stuff. Yeah. It's really tough to think that.
So, I didn't know that. I didn't know none of that, actually.
Yeah, it was very interesting. So what do you think about like things like that, but how they find all these similar structures all around, but you know, they're like all very similar to each other, like how they're built?
Man, I'm not sure. Sometimes I think, man, maybe humans have done this already. We've gotten to a certain point, and then something happened, and we just got reset. Like when we were talking about aliens, you know, a minute ago, and where I was saying maybe this is a zoo, I also sometimes think maybe this is a prison planet. And like humans were put here and forced to stay here. Because like if you look at the way the solar system's built, you know, we have like, there's just like step after step after like step of trying to get out of the solar system. Like you can get past Earth's gravity, Then you have to get through the radiation belt. You can get past that. Then you got to get past all the planets and their gravitational pull. You get past those inner planets, then you hit the asteroid belt. You get past the asteroid belt, then you got the gas giants. You know what I mean? And it just gets like every step is just tougher and tougher to make so for us to escape. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I sometimes think, man, maybe we get to a certain point and something comes in here and just hits the reset button on us. Nope, y'all didn't figure it out this time. Mm-hmm. Reset y'all back to 10,000 and try it over again. Like, I don't know, man. Don't get me started on all that stuff. I'll go off for hours, bro. I will talk y'all's ear off, man. Did you ever read Chariots of the Gods?
No, I don't think so.
It's Eric von Daniken's. It's the book that started the ancient alien theory.
Okay.
And it was really, really good before everybody else got it and started doing all their stuff. And it was just asking questions like that, like why? How come every civilization seemed to want to build some kind of pyramid? How come every civilization said we're from the stars? How come every civilization has this many gods, this many, he's like, why? It was never like everyone's like aliens. He was just asking why in those earlier books. And I mean, those are really good to get started on a lot of stuff. I mean, as he went on later on, he got more to where he had an agenda. But his earlier books, the first two, they were really good. And there's stuff in there that you don't hear people talk about to this day. He claimed that he went to a cave in South America where he saw a golden library and the walls were perfectly cut, like the room. I mean, he put a lot of stuff in there that still to this day people ignore. You'll never see it on Discovery Channel, History Channel. Y'all know what the Rick-Talk structure is?
No, I do not.
I probably mispronounced it like a son of a gun, but it's also called the Eye of the Sahara.
Okay.
So what it is it's just, according to science, it's a natural-made thing that's in the Sahara that gets so big you can see it from space. Astronauts use it to calibrate where they're at.
Wow.
And it almost fits the exact description of Plato's Atlantis.
Really?
Yeah. The rings, everything. When you go there, there's elephant bones. It's just, look into that. I'm gonna butcher everything on it because my stoner memory's kicking in. But yeah, man, check that out, dude. If you ever get a chance.
Yeah, man, that sounds badass.
Yeah, man.
My question about aliens and stuff. Like, why would they want to abduct us? You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I just don't know why. There's footage of that actually happening, but I just want to know like what would the reason for that be? You know what I mean? Pick us up, drop us off. You know what I mean? I don't know. What would you think that? You know what I mean? What would you think? Like, experiment? I mean, what would you think?
Well, apparently sometime in the 50s, the U.S. president made a deal with aliens to abduct a certain amount of people in exchange for technology.
I've heard about that.
I think one of them was microchips. A big part of it was cell phones.
Fiber optics.
Mm-hmm. Fiber optics. It was an exchange, and they would get to abduct a certain amount of people and bring them back, leave them after, and they gave us technologies.
Wow.
And I mean, it's just studying. We do the same to monkeys and bears, and you know what I mean. We just jack them, and shoot them with the tranquilizer, so put a tag on them, then release them back into the wild.
Yeah. You get a bunch of dogs and squirt shampoo in their eyes, something similar like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then they just come back like normal. I don't know. I mean, there's footage out there that, it's out there. It's just kind of wild how, it's crazy. Like that, it's just why, you know what I mean? That's kind of crazy.
I want to go to Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh, yeah.
Where's that at?
I thought it was in Texas, but I think my son told me it was like in Montana or something. But it's supposed to be like the most paranormal alien place in America.
Really?
Yeah, and I can't remember the dude's name. He's like a billionaire. He bought it. And he like believes in UFOs, and they've been studying stuff out there. But I want to go. I told my boy that's what I want to do because he's a skeptic. I'm a skeptic. I said I want to go out there and I want to have one night, see if we have anything. If we don't experience anything, and then I'm gonna drop some acid, do some mind altering substances. I was like, you can be sober. I'm gonna drop some acid, and then let's see. I was like, we're gonna do everything we can to invite whatever the hell is out there to come for us. Whatever it is, I want to do it. Like I'm I truly have no fear of any of it, man. I was saying before the thing, I used to hang out at Summit Elementary School. It's supposedly a haunted school here in Amarillo. It's north of the boulevard. And man, everybody was always afraid of that place, man. And me and my homies used to go chill up there and hang out with Ouija boards, trying to contact.
No.
Like I wanted to contact something. Like I have my whole life. I'm like, bring it. You tell me there's a haunted place, I will go. I am not. Doesn't bother me. So I want to go to Skinwalker Ranch. Anybody out there? You want to take a hippie out there, man? I'll do some crazy shit.
You already know it. No one wanted to do a Halloween day special and go to a haunted house. Take all this food and go over there.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you still want to do that.
Of course, man.
Yeah, I'm down.
Obviously, I don't know where. So I mean, we can. I just don't know where to. I don't know how that's gonna work. I mean, we can. I'm down.
We get some GoPro strapped to our head, walk around, bro.
There's a YouTube out there that I went to school with them. It's called Project Feel Good. I'm not sure if you ever heard of that one. They're from New Mexico, I believe. And they go all around the world, though. They go to different haunted houses in different states. They like take their equipment and go out there. And what you just say? That's what they do.
What's his name?
Project Feel Good.
Well, what's one of the guys' name?
Sammy.
Sammy. I have that guy on my Snapchat.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I watch his like when he goes and do little like haunted house episodes.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
I want to do a podcast. Well, I don't want to do what he's doing, but I want him on here one day.
Yeah,
so
man.
I don't know where he's living at. I want to say he's in New Mexico. I'm trying to go to New Mexico to meet up with the guys about raving. But if he's there, I want to meet up with them too because he's doing some stuff, and I'm like, dude, that's scary. But I wanted to like explore into that, or I could bring him on here and then get your crew, and I got Noah, and we'll go. I don't know, man. I want to collab with them. Yeah. I want to collab with them is what I'm trying to get at one day. Yeah. But yeah, dude, yeah, scary stuff. Yeah, I mean, if I'm down, hey, I mean, Javi, if you're being serious and you want to try that, I mean, we can do it. We can just go to.
Again, I'm such a skeptic with and I've seen stuff, and I shouldn't be a skeptic. Like one time when it's highly illegal. I was a minor, so I can say this. We broke into that school, and I remember we were in there. I had my little brother in there. We were all walking around or whatnot, and one of my friends got spooked, and everyone takes off running. We run and we jump out the little. They used to just cover them with tin. Mm-hmm. We peel back the thing and we jump out. And when we get out, everybody's like, "We good, we good," and we're like, "Yeah." And we're walking home, and then my little brother says something, and I look at his arms, and his arms are just scratched up like from a cat or something. It's all the way up them. And I was just like, you did that to yourself, bro. Like I will find the explanation. Yeah. And he was like, I didn't. And I was like, yeah, right, bro. You did that to yourself. So I've had like weird things happen to me, but I'm just like, nah, it's not what's happening. Yeah. I'm in denial. Yeah. I'm in 100% denial.
I remember one time, it was just like me. We're doing the same thing like here. This was in college, and then we were talking about that stuff. And this dude, I guess he got his name and he scratched his name and he put like Brian, and it like kind of like a cat, straight up like a cat. And I was like, dude, what's going on? I don't know, bro. I don't know. And then he does it again, but he puts 666 on there on his side. But he's doing this. I'm not paying attention to that. And then he does it again. He's like, look, something's bothering me. And I was like, oh my gosh. Oh. And then the guy that he's watching the dude. And then I guess I turn around, and then the guy's looking at him, scratching himself. He looks up. Yeah, but yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm skeptic. I don't blame you. Oh no. Did you want to stick with the conspiracy stuff, or did you want us to move on to the haunted house?
Oh, we can do whatever, man. I don't care if we bounce back and forth.
It's the conversation.
Oh yeah,
it's a fun conversation. Do you? Now we'll keep going. I do want to get with the mythical creatures, since they're still going with that. Right? Did you learn any more
of
mythical creatures like unicorns and?
You know, I really didn't do a lot of deep diving into mythical creatures.
Oh, you haven't? Okay, that's fine. But yeah, dude, haunted houses.
I got a homegirl that's convinced that elves are real, like not elves, gnomes, and she's like every year around Christmas she goes batshit crazy about the elf on the shelf, because she's like, you're just inviting them into your home. You're just inviting them into your home. And I've never done the elf on the shelf because I'm like, I'm not going to let my kids think the government watching them is okay. Mm-hmm. So I never did that. That's why I didn't do it. But yeah, she is convinced. And me and her have talked. She's like, you're smart for not letting them in. And I was like, I'm not letting the government in. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, man.
Gnomes are real, though. Yeah, gnomes are real.
Oh, you think so too?
Yeah, fairies are real, gnomes are real.
We did look up the fairy part. Gnomes? What makes you say that though? What makes y'all say that? I mean, I don't.
That's real stuff, man.
Yeah.
That's real. That's just like, you know, like when you think of dragons, kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, dragons were real at some point.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah. And apparently they had the proof that they decomposed or something like that. I'm not sure, but supposedly they were real too. Yeah, I believe it. I believe that. I just gnomes. It's just kind of confusing to me.
You have to look into that one.
Yeah.
When you look into it, you'll be pretty interested. But it's not like how you think of like a garden gnome. You know,
Okay.
It's not like that. That's kind of that's just kind of what you're associating it with, I think. But yeah.
Okay.
So what are they then? What do they do? What are they?
No, I can't really tell you, man. I can't tell you, but it's real.
See, I whenever I hear dragons, I like to think of, you know, we have lizards today that spit caustic acid out on it. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. Yeah.
And I mean, they exist. We have bugs that do it. We have lizards that do it. So it's not hard to believe that there wasn't a giant lizard that could have done that in the past.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just not hard for me to be like, it's really easy to be like, yeah, man, that thing existed. Just because I know today there's bugs and lizards that have that capability.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the, oh man, I can't remember. It's like somewhere in Thailand or something. It's a hobbit man. It's a little man that they see running around the jungle.
Like a pygmy.
Yeah, like pygmy man, but they're like supposedly like even smaller than pygmy humans.
Wow.
And they're like furry. They resemble humans, but they see them every now and then. There's a lot of reports about them all the time. So I mean, a little person running around or a little creature like that has some intelligence isn't too far, you know, unbelievable.
It's called a pygmy?
That's a different type. That's what people call them. They were just like an indigenous people, and there was actually a zoo. I think it was in New York that had a pygmy family on display.
What?
For a while, yeah.
Wow.
I think that was either the 20s, maybe not the 20s, but probably the 30s.
But
it was very early.
They're humans, right? Like kind of like little Bigfoots or something.
They're not even like, you know, how you would say like a dwarf person size. I mean, they're just different people that are indigenous, you know, to wherever what exotic island or, you know, place they're from.
Oh.
I know there was a UFC dude who was building wells for the pygmies of the Congo or something a while back. I remember hearing that on Rogan, so that's why I know kind of what you're talking about. And that same place I heard about the little people in Vietnam or Thailand or wherever was on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I guess they have legends and stuff, and there was a guy on there that was trying to find them or something. I don't know. But yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff, bro. There's a lot of weird shit out there.
Well, see, like in early America, people didn't think pandas were real. They thought pandas were mythical creatures, a bear that's black and white. And they didn't believe it until Teddy Roosevelt's son went and hunted one down and killed it and brought it back. And that's what it took just to believe in pandas, you know. So, just seeing is believing.
Yeah. Well, I probably wouldn't believe it if someone told me a panda existed too without seeing it. I'd be like, get out of here, man. Yeah, no, that. I mean, again, I've had proof in front of me, and I still, even sometimes seeing, still ain't believing. Like, I mean, you will try to, figure out any way to rationalize anything. You know what I mean? It's like Bigfoot, man. Me and my niece, she's my favorite niece. We have gone back and forth over Bigfoot.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't think Bigfoot exists today. Mm-hmm. I don't think he existed today. Did he exist 100 years ago? Maybe. Mm. But I don't think Bigfoot exists today. She argues the opposite. Yeah. She's like, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, you're right. I don't. I do not know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, I personally don't think it exists. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know about a lot of stuff like that. Because I've been in the woods and it gets so thick and there's so much of this country that we haven't explored. Like, do you know anything about the cave systems?
Oh, all the cave systems that are, if you look up like the map of all the cave systems and then you look up all the disappearances of like people and stuff and they're like almost identical in where they go.
Yeah, all through the national parks in America.
We'll get you a picture for the edits.
No, yeah. What? You're gonna deep talk about this? So what's going on? People go hiking. They go hike over there, or they go explore, and they just end up missing.
Yeah,
and they never. There's no proof. Like there's no remains or nothing.
Never.
There's
found
just
again.
a lot of missing person cases.
What? Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, the national forest. People go missing constantly, every day, just jacked all the time, bro.
Oh my gosh, dude. Because I'm over here thinking, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go on vacation. I'm gonna go in the forest and go follow a trail. No. Now y'all make me not want to do that no more.
See,
Stay strapped.
That's why I learned about that, is because I used to be really into hiking and camping. And, you know, you just start hearing about it. Or you'll go to a campsite or whatnot, and someone will be like, hey, you know, be careful. They think there's a bear. Someone went missing yesterday. And you're like, a bear? Like, shouldn't they have found the tracks or something? They're like, I don't know. The person just never came back. Like, you would hear about it. I went enough, and I was in enough national parks where, yeah, dude, I heard about it. And I was like, then get back to town, and you look it up, and you're like, oh, man, there's websites on it and people talking about it. I mean, and it's everything from Bigfoots to aliens to the government stealing people, human hybrids. I mean, everything. Nobody knows why. Nobody knows where they're going. No one knows what's happening. Yeah, it's a wild, wild thing, bro.
So then they take one picture of all like the cave systems, and then they take another picture of like the last reported, you know, like location or where they went missing, and then they overlay them, and they're like almost identical in the way they go.
Yeah. Really? Yeah, it's real creepy, bro. Real creepy.
Oh man, what would that be called? What is that called? What would you call that? Like the cave system, right?
Yeah, it's just
like
cave
different
system in America.
Yeah, the cave system in America. Oh no, that's scary. I don't know, dude. I was all like excited, like I'm gonna go, cause like I was thinking next year's gonna be my year. I'm gonna go hiking somewhere. No, not no more.
Just go with a group of people, man. Don't stray off too far.
Yeah. I wonder if we have anything like Paladero Canyon out here. I wonder if there's anything like that. You know, I doubt it, huh?
No, dude, there's got to be some ghost stories in Paladero Canyon. There's definitely plenty of people that die there all the time.
Well, I mean, from the only thing I know that they die from is heat stroke and stuff. Aside from that, I don't know anything.
Laugh at that.
Heat stroke, falls, you know. Starvation.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Dehydration.
But if there's other stuff out there that they don't know why, I'm like, okay, well, what happened? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, this was prime land, battle land for the Comanche and the Apache, so I'm sure they were down there fighting. I mean, they used to run buffalo off the cliff down there.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, there's the part of the canyon, Paladero Park, that you're allowed is only like, I think it's like 5% of the actual canyon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. That was a bowl. I thought we can go all over.
No. So once you get to the back, we used to go backcountry camping back there, and what it is you have to walk for 30 minutes or 2.5 miles, whatever comes first, and then you can start looking for a place to set up your tent. But you can just keep going. Like I was going one time, and these guys are getting arrested back there. They didn't. They were partying, and the cops were arguing over what county they needed to take them to.
Oh wow!
Because that's how far back in the canyon they were. They were like, we don't know which county we're in right now. Wow. Yeah. Most of Paladero Canyon isn't accessible to the public.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, so I'm pretty sure at nighttime it gets a little scary. I think.
Oh, it's fun. Have you ever been out to the canyon at night?
No, not at night.
Okay, so like you're sitting there sleeping, man, and then you'll hear pigs squealing, the wild pigs and stuff.
Really? Wow.
And then you'll start hearing the coyotes howling, and they're chasing the pigs.
Oh, wow.
And you can almost like hear them. It's almost like them playing a game of tag.
Really?
Or Marco Polo, because the coyotes and them are just making noises back and forth.
Yeah.
And then it'll get real, real loud. Then nothing.
Wow.
And the hunt's over. And it's pretty cool, man. And then the turkeys run the campgrounds if you're staying on a campground.
Really?
Yeah, turkeys will come right up to your camp. Yeah, they don't care. Turkeys ain't afraid of nothing.
Damn.
Yeah, I love Paladero Canyon, man. That's one of my spots, bro.
Oh yeah.
And whenever you get land with like Native American wars like that, there's always some bad medicine, you know, and that's where you start running into like things like skinwalkers and stuff like that.
God.
Yeah.
I remember we talked about that one.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and then you look up stuff like that, and you're just like, Badlands, scary stuff.
Well, like when Indians would kill each other, when Native Americans would kill each other, they would purposely desecrate the body to create that.
Desecrate?
Like they would cut off your hands and your feet, or they'd cut off your hands so you couldn't fight them in the afterlife.
Oh.
Cut out your eyes so you can't see them in the afterlife.
Whoa.
And then like the Apache are the definition of what and I'm gonna get my ass kicked by some family members for saying this, but the Apache are why the white man thought all Native Americans were savages.
Really?
Because the Apache never looked at other tribes as, oh, that's just another tribe of human. Mm-hmm. No, man, you're just protein. So they had no problem offing you, chopping you up, eating you, drying your meat out. Like they were the ones that when you would hear the stories of savages that the white men would tell. Mm-hmm. It was the Apaches. They were people eaters. Wow. Definitely.
Cannibals, right? Cannibals.
Yeah.
That is wow.
So I got these sharp ass teeth.
That's crazy. No, I didn't know that. I did not know that. The afterlife stuff. I didn't know that. Damn.
Yeah, they were big in that, bro. Like, we have a I can't remember what my dad calls it, some kind of stick that he has to keep in the corner of the house facing a certain toward way because the guy that gave it to him was like, no, this is what you do. My dad flips out if it's moved. Like, he's like, no, you're going to get bad medicine in the house. Wow. And I'm like, all right, man, my bad. I'll leave it there.
Do you know what that is called and what it is?
I can't remember what it's called. He got mad at me because I moved him down here a few months back. And when I was moving him, I grabbed the stick and I was doing this.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and he was like, what are you doing? Oh. Do you know what that is? Like, nah, man. And he started telling me. I was like, oh, my bad. I was just having fun. I was trying to make my son laugh. My bad.
What is that? Do you know? It's just is it like a stick?
It's a long, it's a staff and it has feathers on it. It has a bag of something or the other that's a pouch with something or the other that's in it. And he said that you do this and this for rain, you do this and this for this. It was given to him by a medicine man there in, can't remember if he said it was in Arizona or in New Mexico.
Yeah.
But because that's where all my family's from. We're all from New Mexico, yeah.
Hey, Brian, can you timestamp this or something? And all this bad medicine talk, I don't know if you saw it. My mic just started bouncing up and down.
Oh, this was me.
Did you hit it?
I hit it. I hit it on accident.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is that, man? I was
Dude,
like,
don't scare.
That's enough bad medicine talk right there.
I didn't know that. No, because I was doing this. My bad.
Oh, okay. I saw it moving. I was like, I'm getting all paranoid already.
Yeah, bro, that'd been crazy.
What was that called? Bad. So
bad
that's
medicine.
a staff. That staff.
I can't remember what he called it. When I get home, I'll have to ask him. But yeah.
Okay.
Some dude gave it, or I shouldn't say, some medicine man gave it to him. That's all through New Mexico, man. That's New Mexico, Arizona. That's where it's all at. That's where you see the skinwalkers and everything allegedly. It's also where they see aliens. That's the weird part of America in my book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I heard something this time.
I think
that's why I was like, oh, shit.
I'll freak y'all out. My bad, dude.
No, you good? Because
my blasphemy.
Noah just brought that up about this, and I heard like a little screech. That. Oh yeah, I didn't hear it. I can hear it on mine.
Does it mean moving my chair?
No.
Is it me?
Yeah. No, it's like a little screech, like a nee. Anyways, we're moving on. That's scary, Noah. What the hell? Hey, are you not supposed to talk about that or what?
No, you can talk about stuff like that.
Oh, okay. I thought I was like, oh, you be careful, because that bad things will happen with this topic. That's native.
You don't want to invite anything in. That's always been the thing. Even my mom, who's a Catholic, she's like, stop trying to invite shit into the house.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I'm not. Again, I'm such a skeptic. I'm like, whatever, man. I'm the skeptic.
Okay.
Like, if someone said there's skinwalkers over there, cool, let's go. Okay. I will sit in their lair and wait for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Even that night, even if at night, I'm gonna stay here and wait.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I was once told by an old lady. I was real little, and I were walking, and I didn't want to walk by a graveyard there in Clovis. And this old lady was like, "Why not?" And I was like, "Oh, blah blah blah." And she was like, "The dead can't hurt you; they're dead."
Yeah.
She goes, "That's all it is. They are dead. They can't hurt you." And after that, bro, I was like, "You're right." And so I won't be disrespectful. I'll never dance on someone's grave.
Yeah.
Or if someone says this is a holy site, I'd never be disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if someone says, "Oh, there's a ghost there," cool, let's go find it.
Oh wow. Let's
see what's up, man. Let's see what's up.
Damn. Hey, I remember, I doubt I talked about this one. This was in my small town at a cemetery. They wanted to go at night for some reason. I don't know why, but they it was like me and two of my buddies. They wanted to go to a cemetery. It was we were in my car, and then so they have two gates. They have two gates just to come in and then come out. Those gates were open, so this was around 10, 11 p.m. at night. And then we drove in there. We straight up drove in there, and we didn't do nothing. So we just put the car on park, and then we're just talking for a little bit. But I don't know where we started feeling. We started feeling that. You know what I mean? Like that. We started feeling that. But it felt like a crowd was doing that. You know what I mean? And we're like, dude, why do I feel closed in? You know what I mean? Like just constantly, just doing that. We all felt the same way. We're like, dude, we feel closed in. Something. It's like this is going on, and we're like, what's going on? What's going on? My buddy, he's in the back. He's looking at the window. He's like, dude, I see an orb. I see a blue orb. Apparently, it was doing that. It was just doing that on like a gravesite. And he's like, dude, oh my gosh, there's an orb from a distance. You know what I mean? It's an orb. And my buddy's over here screaming, go, Brian, go. You know what I'm saying? And then we hauled ass, dude. And I never went back after that. I mean, obviously up to visit my dad, but I never went at night. Never. And now every time people like, let's go to the cemetery, I'm like, no, at night we can go bright, daylight, pay our respects, but at night I ain't going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
That's scary though, man. Freaking that. I felt you can feel just like being closed in like this, like the car was getting like that, and I was like, no, we're going. You know what I mean? Never felt that again, but I never forgot about that, dude. I think I was 19 at that time, but never again. So I stopped doing that. You ever done that before? Yeah, I'm sure you never. Both of y'all.
I've had experiences. Like I said, I always justify them some way. Like I always find a way to justify it. Oh well, my little brother once he was out. They had just built the Walmart out on Tascosa Road, and he didn't tell my mom about a project he had done that he had to do, and classic stuff. So she takes him out to Walmart to get all the stuff, and she says, "You're staying in the car. I'm getting down to get it." So he's sitting in the car, and still to this day, he swears that a giant bird came down and grabbed two smaller birds and then shot back up in the sky.
Oh, damn.
He swears. I mean, he swears. He's argued with me. You probably know the myth of the Thunderbirds here in the Americas. You know about that?
So I used to watch this show on the History Channel, and I don't think they were called Thunderbirds, but there was like, it was a huge documentary about these giant birds that were like on telephone poles and stuff, and they were just like huge. Like they were barely standing on the top of the telephone pole, and like the wingspan was just insane.
So Native Americans had the myth of the Thunderbird, just this giant bird. Different people describe it different ways, but my brother got really into that, and he claimed that's what it was. And so I sat him down. I said, and he still argues with me to this day. I said, Eastside, let's talk about a bird. I said, we are within the range of bald eagles. Amarillo is within that range of their territory. I said, that's one of the bigger birds in America, but let's say it's not even a bald eagle. Let's say it's a vulture. I said, your average vulture's body is probably about 2 feet. You know what I mean? It's a good-sized bird. I said, their wingspan has to be triple that to keep the body up. I said, so if a vulture came down to grab a smaller bird, and he had his feet extended with his wings up so he could take back off, and you're frightened, how much bigger would that bird really look like to you? And he still says, no, I know what I saw, and I still to this day tell him, you were in a frightened state. You saw either a hawk, an eagle, or a vulture all live within this area, came and grabbed two small birds because they eat those things, and it freaked you out. And you to this day think you saw a 12-foot bird when in all reality you saw a 2-foot bird with the 6 feet wingspan stretched up in the air. Because humans, we exaggerate, bro. Like my little brother, same dude, one time he lifted up the couch and there was 2 spiders and he yelled, "Oh my God, there's thousands of them." You know what I mean? Like people exaggerate. Like that's why even my stories, like I take them with a grain of salt because I was afraid when I saw what I saw. So I could be over exaggerating. That's what humans do. It's a survival mechanism. It's the first thing we do. We tell ourselves it's big, it's scary, so we can get the hell out of there, flight or fight. And I think a lot of times what people are seeing is just people getting freaked out for nothing, man. Like, and that's why I want to go to all these famous sites where people are like, you're guaranteed to see something. Because I'm like, cool, let's do it. Because then